What's up, squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the titles going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it in the title. Let's jump right to it, y'all.
I don't think the name calling works, although I do reserve that for that different name who was on.
I told y'all, if y'all seen my last video, I specifically said there are so many clips of Tim Walz thinking he big and bad and talking crazy about Trump, talking crazy about Trump supporters, talking crazy about Elon Musk, just going off. I don't know what got into the little dude, but I'm telling y'all.
That little stock app, I added Tesla to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. When can an unelected South African Nepo baby be able to cut our programs?
That's crazy, y'all. And I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Trump would have said that about... Bro, listen.
When can an unelected South African Nepo baby be able to cut our program?
If Trump would have said that, bro, if Trump would have said that, they'd have swore up and down, bro, that man is completely the R word, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what, no, y'all already know. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody say. If Trump would have said that, those exact words, it'd be everywhere. It'd be everywhere. Soon as that South African left his lips, ought to be everywhere. No matter what color you are. He said South African, it would. I'm telling you, it would have been every single where, bro. Every single. And then my thing is that Tim Walz, I don't know what got into this man, but this man is sitting there talking crazy about Elon Musk. Let me read y'all this. More than 1 million people in Minnesota own Tesla shares. Mind you, it's governor of Minnesota. More than 1 million people in Minnesota owns Tesla shares. Y'all can look this up too. And their retirement funds. But that didn't stop this person right here, Tim Walz, making a fool of himself on stage while everybody laughing, doing this, doing that. I'm telling y'all, he's not doing but failing himself. So go ahead and do it.
So Tim Walz is now calling Elon Musk a Nepo baby. Will name calling work for the Democrats the way it has for Trump? Let me just tell you some of the names Trump called people. Yeah. Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary.
See, I feel like that's the problem too. It's like they look to see what Trump do. Anything that Democrats do that they get caught on, they look to see, oh, what did Trump do? Did Trump do this? What did it do? Let's see it. Let's compare it with Trump. Let's do. And that's the exact problem on why that party is failing right now, because of this right here.
Let me just tell you some of the names Trump called people. Yeah. Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary, Crying Chuck, Pocahontas, Crazy Bernie, Little Marco, Low Energy Jeb, and Lion Ted. And those are his friends.
Yeah. And those are all, I mean, it's true.
I
don't care all that much about the name calling, but with due respect to Tim Walz, I totally disagree with him cheering the plummeting of Tesla stock, and let me tell you why. A number of state pensions are invested in Tesla stock. They're trying to divest right now because Elon's become unpopular and they've gone downhill and he's controversial. But if you're in New York or California, your your state retirement is invested partially in Tesla stock. So is the Federation of American Teachers. And by the way, a lot of the people
sold mine.
A lot of people who bought Teslas because they cared about the environment and they wanted an EV. Yeah. Now we're having trouble offloading them because people don't want to buy them. And by the way, the cost of cars are up because of Trump's tariff. So that to me was like very misplaced. I don't cheer for the American economy crashing.
Is Tesla going to crash? Because
no, I just mean in general. Like if the Tesla stock is going down before these states are able to divest, that's going to cost people their retirements.
Well,
it just goes to show you that while they sitting there making fun of Elon, while they sitting there making fun of this, they making fun of that, they not even realizing how like crazy they looking. It's like they know nothing. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, like, and just see, like, all jokes aside, like, I know people be cracking jokes, saying this, saying that. Just deeply think about it, bro. It's literally like they don't know nothing, bro. Like, they sit there and try to joke around. They try to crack jokes and get the audience to laugh, not even knowing that they messing themselves over. I mean, literally, like, I literally just read y'all something from, mind you, Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, over 1 million of Tesla shares, you know, and people in Minnesota, their retirement. I mean, people got to start realizing, you know what I mean? Actually realize. Look at Sunny face when Alyssa read that. I'm telling you, bro.
said.
Don't
I
know
don't
nothing.
understand what you're saying. On the other hand, people are protesting.
By the way, that woman in the first clip is who beat Liz Cheney, and I
they
wonder
could
if
have had Liz Cheney.
Wyoming's having a little bit of buyer's
So
remorse
look,
there.
She's
I'm
no
really
Liz Cheney.
Yeah.
No, she's
no.
not.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see the American people wake up, stand up, speak up, and act up. Because I think that when Trump first,
Here we go. Y'all know every day they got to talk about that.
I think that when Trump first got elected, everybody was like in shock, right, and apoplectic for a while. And then I think there's been a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear out there of incurring Trump's wrath, and people are justified in having that fear. But we've got to shake it out. We've got to shake it off, and we have got to continue putting pressure, because this system only works, our system only works when there is accountability, when there are checks and balances. And right now, the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate, they represent Donald Trump. They don't represent the American people.
Right.
And so we, the voters, have got to remind our...
But then again, I feel like that is, representing the American people and looking out for the American people. Because if you think about it, everything that Trump is doing right now, if people actually wake up and realize what's going on, is that, like I said yesterday, there are going to be pros and cons. We always see it, no matter who goes into the White House. I don't care what nobody say, bro. People aren't perfect. Things aren't going to go just a perfect way. But everything that Trump is doing, everything that he's done, has always been out there. You can look up anything. That's why they so-called have all their stats and talk about this and talk about that, because everything he does is out there. It ain't like he's trying to hide it. The Trump administration isn't hiding anything. They're not doing everything is out there, and things are getting done. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, nothing done. 4 years. Trump in office, things get done. They still talk crazy. Insane.
And the U.S. Senate, they represent Donald Trump. They don't represent the American people.
Right.
And so we, the voters, have got to remind our representatives that they are there to represent us. And it's great to see American people being what we do in America, right? Petitioning, holding your elected officials accountable.
Yeah,
But my thing is why are they not talking about the 300,000 people that literally aren't registered as Democrats anymore and left the Democratic Party? I'm telling y'all, bro. That's stuff that I would definitely, like, me being an issue, I ain't even gonna lie, I definitely speak up on something like that. I definitely would. And I know it probably wouldn't help, but they speak on things just to bash Trump and talk crazy about Trump, and do whatever they can, to make him look bad, not even knowing that they're messing their sales up. I mean, it's
chairman of the National
clear.
Republican Congressional Committee, I believe that's Johnson.
Richard Hudson.
Richard Hudson, sorry. He is telling Republicans, don't do the town halls.
Yeah, don't attend.
Don't attend.
Which
That's rather un-American right there.
It's very un-American, and it's cowardly.
Yeah.
Because if you are just, stepping in line, the way Republicans generally do, behind a candidate that is harming the economy,
Yeah.
I mean, you need to listen to the people that put you in office. Instead of being so concerned about maintaining power, why not be more concerned with helping people? And that's the thing that I'm so much more concerned about, right? And in terms of Tesla stock, I think the bottom line is the only thing that these oligarchs and these billionaires care about is their money. That's what they care about. And it's unfortunate that...
does she hear herself talking right now? Like, I'm confused on, like, the context of...
the thing that I'm so much more concerned about, right? And in terms of Tesla stock, I think the bottom line is the only thing that these oligarchs and these billionaires care about is their money. That's what they care about. And it's unfortunate that there will be Americans that will be harmed because of this Tesla stock going down, but it's also very unfortunate that many Americans will be harmed because of Elon Musk's policies and because of what he's doing with those.
Does Musk lose? What does Musk lose by the thing in all of this?
If he loses Tesla, he loses the majority of his wealth.
that's the
But
majority.
he still
of
has a lot left.
Hey, listen. I find it funny because it's like they always talk about, like, they literally just started to show off with, like, the name calling. You know, they always they're you know, they sit here, they're women of, oh, we just want positivity and people shouldn't do this and people shouldn't do that and this, that, and the other. Bruh, they are literally so negative. They don't do nothing but wish bad. Like, if this happens, and it never happened. That's the thing. It never, anything that they always talk about, like Trump administration, when they talk about Elon Musk and those different things, it's like none of that stuff gets bad. Like they don't do nothing but talk and feed people lies and wish bad on people, bro. Literally wish bad on people. That's all they can do.
Yeah,
but
he could just try paying taxes and then we'd feel a little
but
more
it's the majority
dainty,
as well. And I think financial boycotting, using the power of your dollar is very, very effective, and it will be effective with Elon.
My thing is that, and this, I'm not listening to no more of this. And the thing is that I don't know what I feel like is more of. Sonny wants people, you know, to have that anger and to fight. You know, obviously she's not going to do that. We're talking about the same person that literally lives in the gated community, in a big house, a millionaire, you know, and she wants to talk about billionaires and millionaires and people having this and having that. And my thing is they sit there and they talk about, you know, these millionaires and billionaires. But if you want to get technical, where does a lot of these Democrats get their money from? What are they doing? You know, so I'm telling y'all, and speaking on Sonny, let's start with Sonny. Let's start with Sonny and her husband. For instance, she want to talk about all the people they just want money and they want this. What are you doing? Sonny's not helping nobody from the get-go. Her husband, you know, obviously is money hungry. She don't talk about him no more. All since that came out, there's nothing else that's been swept under the rug like everything else. You know, and I find it crazy. I absolutely find it crazy on just how, you know, she keeps yelling, you know, people to fight, people to protest, people to boycott, you know, and I just look at it and it's sickening. It's straight sickening, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. For a person to sit there and they good. That's what people don't realize. They sit there and listen to people like her to go out here and protest and fight and do this and do that, especially when it's coming to these Tesla cars. You know, they said something the other day, you know, about, you know, the Teslas and destroying the Teslas. And I just look at it like, bro, y'all literally listen to somebody that is constantly telling y'all to go do this and go do that. And y'all know what she does when she gets up from that chair? They help her take a little makeup off. They put her in different clothes, and she hops in the SUV with her security and her team. She's going to do whatever she can. She's a millionaire, bro. She in a nice crib, not bothered by nobody, none of that. And those same people that's going out protesting, boycotting, this, that, and the other, want to do this, want to do that, struggling. So Sonny want to talk about helping somebody. Why is this not? Why ain't she help? She's not helping nobody. She's making things worse. At the end of the day, she's making things worse, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Enough of me talking today. Y'all have a nice day. Catch y'all next one.